Do you often find yourself stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and self-sabotage, a never-ending battle that prevents you from reaching your full potential? Are you tired of holding yourself back, afraid of failure or judgment? If so, you're not alone. Countless individuals, even those with incredible talents and abilities, frequently grapple with the same internal struggles. However, it's time to break free from the chains of self-doubt and self-sabotage and step into a life of empowerment and fulfillment. In today's video, we will explore powerful strategies and techniques that can help you overcome these detrimental patterns and ultimately unlock your true potential. Are you ready to leave self-doubt and self-sabotage behind and embark on a transformative journey towards self-belief and success? Then keep on watching. But before we get into the video,
hi bandmates, and to my new viewers, hi guys, I'm Abby, a student doctor based in Nigeria, currently in her 4th year of studies. And now that we're done with the formalities, let's get right into the video. The fear of failure can actually lead individuals to self-sabotage themselves, in the sense that they do not want to actually see themselves fail. So it will prevent them from actually trying out new things, trying out new goals, trying out new experiments in order to see if that experiment could work out for them. But because they are already scared of what the future holds, tends to prevent those individuals from actually trying out new things. This is a form of self-sabotage that is actually quite common with us, especially as young adults, because we do not want to see ourselves fail. We are scared of disappointing the people around us. We don't want people to look at us as disappointments. This actually prevents us from putting ourselves out there to try out new things. By the time you as an individual decide to see failure as a stepping stone to success, instead of seeing failure as a form of disappointment to yourself and to the people around you, it will prevent you from sabotaging your chances in the future. So if you as an individual, you have an idea, a business idea, you have an idea on how to create something, and you say to yourself that you don't see yourself succeeding in that thing, you really do not know how well that thing could be. You really do not know how great that idea could be. There is no way ideas will pop into your head if there's no chance or a possibility from that idea yielding something positive in the future. So if you as an individual, you're going to train your mind to be like, even if I fail, I'm going to use this failure as a source of learning for my future, then it's going to prevent you from sabotaging your chances in the future. Look at some great people out there that if they had decided to fail, they wouldn't have been where they are today. So many people that we've heard of their stories where they tell you that their success story was not just bliss. They had certain times when they failed so many times, but in the end they achieved their goals way beyond their imagination. So try to remind yourself that failure does not mean the end, so you will not sabotage your future chances of achieving great things. Because by the time you're thinking and saying, oh god, I'm going to fail, it will prevent you from actually trying out those new things, those new ideas, those new ventures you want to venture into. And that's one way to sabotage not just yourself but your future chances of doing something great. A lot of people, when I speak to them and tell me that they want to start their channel, I tell them, okay, why exactly haven't you started? Tell me they haven't gotten this, they haven't gotten that. That's perfectionism. I was there as well. When I wanted to start last year, I told myself I haven't gotten this, I haven't gotten that. I started with my Android. I came into this year, I've never gotten my own phone, but I asked people around me to give me their phones and I film with it. I'm not going to sit and be like, oh my god, I haven't gotten this my phone yet, I haven't gotten this yet, so I'm not going to start filming for my channel. It's not going to affect anybody. It's me that the idea is in my head that I'm going to be killing myself every day and telling myself, why have I not started, why have I not started? But now I've started. Gradually I'm able to get few things along the way. If I get this money, I get this along the way. I make use of the gears I have. I make use of the people that God has provided for me to, to lend me their own gears. I use that to film. I find my time to edit. I try to balance my life out, and it makes me really happy. But if you as an individual waiting for perfection, you will never be fully satisfied. If you say you want to get this phone, when you get the phone, you say you want to get light. When you get the light, you say you don't like your environment. That's how you keep pushing and procrastinating. 2 years will pass you by. Quit the outlook on perfectionism. I feel like perfection can never be achieved. There is nothing that can ever be perfect. You always want to evolve as a creator. You always want to evolve as an individual. So don't wait and say, oh God, I must have this thing, I must have this thing before I start. If you want to start a business, don't wait to say, oh God, I'll have this money, I'll have that money before I start. If you have the little things you can start with, start it. If it means you going online to learn skills, don't say you have to get this money so that you go for this class for you to learn. There are a lot of things you can learn online these days. You really do not have to pay a wholesome amount of money for you to get a class or tutorial on how to make things for yourself. If you want to learn how to make certain handicrafts, you can come online and self-teach yourself, and by the time you save up a little, you can start opening your business with the self-taught idea you've taught yourself. So don't just sit down there and wait for everything to be perfect before you start. This is one of the things that makes us to sabotage our dreams, our aspirations. You're striving for perfection before you start it. You're going to keep waiting and waiting until thy kingdom come, because like I said, perfection is hardly achieved. There is nothing in this world that will be 100% perfect to you. So start imperfect and gradually build yourself towards and closer to perfection. This is you're feeling like a fraud despite your achievements. This self-sabotage will make you to look at yourself beneath what you are. That's what I mean by imposter syndrome. You look at yourself and you look at your achievements and you be like, are you sure I'm worthy of this thing? I want you to try to lean back and actually look at yourself and tell yourself you are actually worthy of these achievements. You've worked really hard for it. You've really put in the work. You sacrificed a lot for it, because a lot of people, you see them that after achieving something, they be like, are you sure I'm even worthy of this thing? There are people that have achieved these things. They are up there and I'm down here. You are bringing yourself below what you are. If you've really worked hard for that thing, if you really put a lot of effort into it, you've sacrificed a lot, be proud of yourself. You've achieved this thing because you worked hard for it. You've achieved it because you actually put in effort. Don't go downgrading your effort. Don't go downplaying your effort. Don't go telling yourself, are you sure I'm actually worthy of this thing? There are a lot of people that have done better. Even though I'm achieving this, I know people that have achieved better. So why should I be proud of it? You should be proud of it, no matter how small your achievements are. You've done better for yourself. What you achieve now, you didn't have that before. So if you've achieved something good, you just got a new house, you just got a new car, you just opened a new business, be proud of it. Don't go saying you don't want to look like you're boasting or anything. You're not boasting or anything. By the time you're proud of what you've done, you're happy with what you've done, you're excited about it, it pushes you to do even better for yourself. You'll be like, oh, I like this feeling I'm feeling when I've achieved this thing. I would like to feel it again. It's like a push for you to even do better for yourself. But if you're downgrading your efforts, if you're downplaying what you've achieved and you're like, oh my god, someone has achieved better, it will not actually push you to do better, because you're like, even if I try to do better now, someone else has done this before. All this is for yourself. Anything you're achieving is for yourself. So be happy, be proud about it, be joyful about it. Don't be boastful. Even if you want to be boastful sometimes, do it. I mean, you worked for it. Don't ever downplay your achievements. Don't ever downgrade your efforts as an individual. Always appreciate the good things you've achieved, because it's like a driving force for you to achieve more. So don't self-sabotage your achievements. Be happy with your achievements. You deserve it, okay? Without self-belief, it's very easy for one to sabotage one's success. So you have to cultivate that habit of celebrating your accomplishments and surround yourself with supportive people. It's similar to imposter syndrome. It's lack of self-belief, because you do not believe in yourself that you are worthy of what you just achieved. Then it will make you to start thinking of other people that has achieved these things. That's where imposter syndrome comes. You're now comparing yourself and you're like, why should I be happy when someone has already even achieved even more? But you achieved this thing, you didn't have it before. So believe in yourself that you are actually deserving of this thing you just achieved. Another thing that is going to help you to believe and be happy with yourself when you achieve good things is when you're surrounded by people who also appreciate you. Because there's something about us as individuals, we are like a sponge. We absorb the energy that we surround ourselves with. So if we surround ourselves with friends that are not supportive, friends that are not happy, friends that do not have good intentions about us, we tend to start being unintentional. We tend to start having bad intentions about ourselves. We tend to start being unhappy with ourselves. But if you're surrounded with a good support system, your friends are people that push you, and when they see you achieve that goal that they've been pushing you to do, they are genuinely happy for you. They are genuinely proud of you. You tend to actually start being genuinely happy for your achievements and genuinely proud of your achievements. So make sure you surround yourself with people who believe in you. It will help you to believe in yourself even more. Even when you tend to doubt yourself, you see yourself when you're listening to these people tell you how amazing you are. I'm not saying that you need these people to be there 100% of the time, but there are certain times in our life as individuals that our missions can tend to play tricks on us. That's when these good people around us come into play. They will try to remind you, do you know who you are? Do you know what you just achieved? These little pep talks can actually help to boost your self-confidence and reduce that self-belief that you've been ignoring. Boost your self-belief, help you to be happy with your achievements and not downgrade yourself, and not fall into that issue of imposter syndrome, and also prevent you from self-sabotaging yourself. Like I said before, there is fear of failure and there is fear of success. These are two different things that actually can lead different people to self-sabotage themselves. In the case of fear of success, there are a lot of people that are scared of achieving great things because they are scared of the responsibility that comes with these achievements. They're like, okay, if I'm to achieve this thing now, there might be responsibilities that might come with it, and I'm scared that if I'm successful in this area, I won't be able to carry out these responsibilities that come with it. Just try to remind yourself that if I'm able to achieve this thing successfully, no matter the responsibility that comes, for me to be able to cross this, I'll be able to cross that bridge. It will prevent you from not actually putting in effort to achieve that successful thing. Because there are certain people that they are trying to work towards a goal, they are trying to work towards achieving something, and then at some point they get scared that they are seeing that this thing is moving towards the good direction, but if this thing eventually becomes successful, I'm going to be given more responsibilities, and then they are now scared that they're not going to be able to carry out these responsibilities. It will now make them to stop putting in much effort into that goal that they are working towards. That's one of the things that will make them to even give up sometimes, because they're like, what's the use of me working really hard when I'm going to achieve this thing that I'm going to be given more responsibilities, and I don't see myself as being able to achieve these responsibilities. Just tell yourself that as long as I'm able to work hard and I was able to achieve this thing, no matter the responsibility that comes with it, I'll still be able to tackle those responsibilities. Like I always tell myself, as long as you are alive and you're healthy, no matter the responsibility that is thrown at you, there is no how you're not going to achieve it. I tell myself also that God will not give you something that you cannot tackle. So always tell yourself that no matter how big this thing might be, no matter how huge the responsibility might be, if it was not meant for me, God will not give it to me. But as long as He gave it to me, He knows that I'm going to be able to tackle these responsibilities. So don't go sabotaging the good thing you're working towards because you're scared of what the successful future holds for you. Don't be scared of your success. Don't be afraid of your success. Let your success be something that motivates you to work hard. Let the responsibilities be something that motivates you to work hard to achieving that success. There is no how you will achieve something and you're successful at it that God will give you something that will make you to sabotage that success. No matter how huge the responsibility might be, no matter how big the responsibility might be, you always find a way to tackle those responsibilities. So don't go sabotaging your successful future because you're scared of the future responsibilities that might come with it. This thing is similar to the self-belief I talked about. When you feel unworthy of the success you have, or you feel unworthy of the thing you're about to work towards, you look at yourself and you're like, I'm not worth this idea that just came into my head. An idea just came into your head and you're like, oh my God, this idea is huge, it's big. If I'm to work toward it and it's successful, I'm actually going to achieve something big. But then you now start undermining yourself. You're like, who am I to be thinking that I'm going to achieve this thing? Who am I to be thinking that I am worthy of achieving this thing. You're not already downgrading yourself before even trying to work towards that idea. Don't downplay yourself. Always put yourself on a very high pedestal. That doesn't mean that you should be unrealistic with yourself, but that still doesn't mean that you should downplay or downgrade yourself. Don't look at yourself as unworthy. Don't look at yourself as unfit of achieving those dreams, those aspirations, those goals. As long as that idea came into your head, know that you are not unworthy of that idea. If you were not worthy of that idea, it wouldn't have popped into your head in the first place. So do not allow low self-worth to lead you to self-sabotage. Do not allow you not feeling worthy of anything to lead you to sabotaging the good dreams and the good big goals and aspirations that are in your head. As long as that idea is in your head, you are definitely worthy of that idea, of that goal, of that aspiration. I, for one, I know that I've experienced that a lot. Any pep talk that comes out of my mouth is always something negative, which is actually not good. We as individuals, we should be our best motivators, because I know that we as individuals, we are our worst critics. If we try our best to reduce that critic side of us to the barest minimum and try to make sure that most of the things we say to ourselves in our mind are more or less positive pep talks than negative pep talks, is really going to affect us as individuals. You see yourself sabotaging yourself before even trying out something, because you're already in your mind downgrading yourself, telling yourself negative things instead of positive things. So try to practice speaking to yourself positively. Try to practice being kind to yourself. Try to practice being nice to yourself. Say good things about yourself. Practice it. It's not going to be easy, but try to practice it, and you see yourself leaning more towards self-motivation than self-sabotage. If you've gotten to this point of the video and you are enjoying what you're hearing so far, why have you not liked? If you know someone that is struggling with this issue of self-sabotage, you can share this video to them so that they can come and listen to it and know that they are not alone, and also see the ways that they can help themselves out. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and go ahead and check out this video right here, where I and one of my friends, we spoke about how we navigate our lives, adulthood, and emotions, and handling the pressure of social media. You're going to enjoy it, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye.